Welcome to Before the Council, a reading of the Revere City Council agenda for the meeting of Monday, June 4th, 2018. There are 31 items on the agenda this week. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. with the Public Works Subcommittee meeting chaired by Councilor Ira Novoselsky. He'll be joined by Councilor Joanne McKenna, Councilor Stephen Morabito, Councilor John F. Powers, and Councilor Daniel Rizzo. The committee will discuss the following two items. First, pursuant to Council Order 18-040, that the mayor direct the city engineer, along with outside engineering firm CDM Smith, to meet and discuss a long-term solution to the flooding problems that exist on Sagamore Street. Further, that this meeting be held in conjunction with the Public Works Subcommittee to allow the impacted residents to be informed of the meeting by virtue of the public open meeting law so that they can provide testimony as to their individual situations. And second, pursuant to Council Order 18-092, that the mayor requests the appropriate agency of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to clean the culvert that runs along Asti Avenue. This is state property and has never been properly maintained. Further, residents of Green Tree Lane and Caruso Court dump yard waste into the culvert, adding to the amount of debris in the culvert. Since the culvert has never been maintained, this neighborhood floods with each heavy rain event. At 6 p.m., we move on to the Revere City Council meeting, which begins with a salute to the flag. Calendar item number 1, the roll call of members. Calendar item number 2, the approval of the journal of the regular meeting held on May 21st, 2018. Calendar item number 3. Pursuant to Council Order 18-177, Ms. Catherine A. Romano will present the 2018 City of Revere scholarships to 3 recipients: Taylor Jufrey Catalano, Juan Pelez Barbosa, and Joyce Oliveira. Calendar item number 4. Pursuant to Council Order 18-178, the 2018 Colella Academic Awards will be presented to the top performing 5th and 8th graders in the city of Revere. Calendar item number 5, the DPW Subcommittee report. Pursuant to Council Order 18-040, this is regarding a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo and Councilor Powers that the mayor direct the city engineer, along with outside engineering firm CDM Smith, to meet and discuss a long-term solution to the flooding problems that exist on Sagamore Street. Further, that this meeting be held in conjunction with the Public Works Subcommittee to allow for impacted residents to be informed of the meeting by virtue of the public open meeting law so they can provide testimony as to their individual situations. Calendar item number 6. Pursuant to Council Order 18-149, this is a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo, Councilor Patch, Councilor Janino, the City Council President, that the mayor request a meeting with our state delegation, representatives from the DCR and the DOT, the DPW Superintendent, the Water Sewer Foreman Joe Maglione, and Mr. Rocco Falzoni of Toscano Avenue to discuss a long-term plan to address flooding issues affecting dozens of homes in the Asti and Toscano Avenue area. This meeting should include a walkthrough in the impacted areas. Calendar item number 7. Under Communications, pursuant to Council Order 18-179, this is a communication from the Planning Board submitting its recommendations for Council Order CZ-18-05 relative to duplex dwellings and heights within the 100-year floodplain, dated May 24, 2018. Dear members, pursuant to Section 17.56.050 of the revised Revere Zoning Ordinance, the Planning Board at a regular meeting held on May 22, 2018, subsequent to a public hearing held on May 22, 2018, voted to favorably recommend the adoption of Sections 1 through 5 of a proposed zoning ordinance amendment to change the height of dwellings from 30 feet to 35 feet on lots that are greater than 5,000 square feet, allow duplex dwellings within the RB district by right on lots greater than 6,000 square feet and 60-foot frontage with the approval of the design by the Site Plan Review Committee, and a change from 2.5 to 3 stories for dwellings to be constructed within the 100-year floodplain if there is a garage under, and is signed by the chair of the Revere Planning Board, Mr. Eugene McKenna. Calendar item number 8. Pursuant to Council Order -18-180. This is a communication from the City Auditor relative to the Tax Title Collection Revolving Fund. Dated May 30th, 2018, to the City Council President, Dear Councilor Giannino. As part of the FY 2019 budget process, I am recommending that we adopt Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 60, Section 15B, which would create a tax title collection revolving fund. This law allows for the establishment of a separate revolving fund that will account for separately all revenues and expenses related to the redemption of tax titles and sales of real estate property acquired through foreclosures of tax titles. Historically, this is funded through an annual appropriation into the city's general operating budget and further funded by raising additional amounts needed through the certification of the tax rate as other amounts to be raised. Going forward, the city will only need to fund this account once, upon establishment, to begin the process of tax title. Then, when the tax title accounts are redeemed, that is, paid, the money goes back into the fund for next year's tax title process. This revolving fund will allow the city to report annually to the mayor and the city council the total amount of receipts and expenditures for this tax title collection revolving fund, and furthermore, allows the city to better plan for the ebbs and flows of tax title collection costs. Since these costs are variable by nature, the revenues to the fund should closely match the expenses from the fund because the expenses are directly correlated to the anticipated tax title receivable. In other words, all of the costs of collecting tax title accounts are passed through and are reimbursed in full once the account is redeemed. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any further questions with regard to this matter. Best regards, Richard Viscay, City Auditor / Budget Director. Calendar item number 9. Pursuant to Council Order 18-181, this is a communication from the City Auditor relative to the Workers' Compensation Insurance Fund, dated May 30th, 2018, to the City Council President, Dear Councilor Giannino. As part of the FY 2019 budget process, I am recommending that we adopt Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40, Section 13A, which would create a Workers' Compensation Insurance Fund. This law allows for the establishment of a separate fund that can be funded through an appropriation of the City Council for the purposes of paying expenses with regard to the city's liability to pay workers' compensation. Historically, this is an annual appropriation into the city's general operating budget, and any unspent funds are closed out to undesignated fund balance. By establishing a workers' compensation insurance fund, any unexpended funds from FY 2019 will be carried forward into the next fiscal year. Furthermore, this fund will allow us to maintain all activity of workers' compensation claims in a separate fund, which will facilitate in any financial reporting necessary of workers' compensation cases. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any further questions in regard to this matter. Best regards, Richard Viscay, City Auditor / Budget Director. Calendar item number 10. Pursuant to Council Order 18-182, this is a communication from the City Auditor relative to the establishment of stabilization funds for sick leave buyback and other post-employment benefits, OPEB liability. Dated May 30th, 2018, to the City Council President, Dear Councilor Giannino. As part of planning for the FY29 budget, the administration would like to establish 2 new stabilization accounts per Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40, Section 5B. One stabilization fund would be for sick leave buyback, and the other would be for other post-employment benefits, OPEB. Per collective bargaining agreements and parity agreements, employees of the city who use minimal amount of sick time during the year, each agreement has its own language, are allowed to have a week of their accrued sick time bought back by the city. This annual buyback was previously embedded in the operating budget based on each employee being eligible. However, this is not always the case, and these available funds then become consumed as part of the ordinary salary lines of the respective departments, or turned back to the undesignated fund balance of the general fund. Furthermore, when an employee retires, their accumulated sick leave is also paid out of salary lines, which negatively affect the ability to backfill the vacancy. For FY 2019, the administration proposes that the City Council adopt Massachusetts General Laws 40/5B, whereby the city will annually fund the Sick Leave Buyback Stabilization Fund with an appropriation based on best estimates for the next fiscal year. With the Sick Leave Buyback Stabilization Fund, all unexpended funds will remain in the fund, and any interest earned on these funds will be credited back to the fund. Appropriations from the fund would require a vote of the City Council, and there would be clear financial reports that can summarize the annual cost associated with sick leave buyback. The second stabilization fund would be to establish a fund for appropriations for OPEB liability. The city does not currently fund OPEB liability. However, in many cases, the OPEB liability is larger than the pension liability. By establishing an OPEB stabilization trust fund, the city will have a mechanism to fund the liability into a separate account that accrues interest and shows the bond rating agencies and independent auditors that the city is recognizing the liability of health insurance benefits for its retirees. The expense for OPEB liability now is pay-as-you-go, meaning that we only fund for the current year and future year obligations are not considered. This practice is considered poor, and by establishing the OPEB liability trust fund, we will begin to recognize that this liability is real, and we are planning accordingly. I will be available at Monday's council meeting to answer any questions. Best regards, Richard Viscay, City Auditor, Budget Director. Calendar item number 11. Pursuant to Council Order 18-183, this is a communication from the City Auditor relative to free cash appropriations. Dated May 30th, 2018, to the Revere City Council President, dear Councilor Giannino. Please find attached appropriation requests from free cash for various items, some of which are related to the establishment of new stabilization funds and adoption of various Massachusetts general laws that we hope will allow the administration to better plan and report on certain expenses of the city as follows: an appropriation of $400,000 to the Workers' Compensation Insurance Fund for anticipated FY 2019 expenses of workers' compensation expenses. An appropriation of $200,000 to the Tax Title Revolving Fund to fund the account for processing tax title accounts. An appropriation of $425,000 to fund the Sick Leave Buyback Stabilization Fund for anticipated FY 2019 sick leave buybacks in accordance with collective bargaining agreements. An appropriation of $250,000 to fund the OPEB Liability Trust Fund to offset the unfunded liability of health insurance benefits of the city's retirees. There are several other items that the administration would like to address through free cash appropriations as well, as follows: an appropriation of $630,000 to the FY 2018 Snow and Ice Contracted Services account, which will fund the deficit for contracted snow removal for FY 2018. An appropriation of $125,000 to the Special Events Revolving Fund for the annual Sandcastle event. An appropriation of $25,000 to the Special Events Revolving Fund for the biannual Columbus Day Parade. I will be in attendance for Monday's City Council meeting to answer any questions with regards to this matter. Best regards, Richard Viscay, City Auditor, Budget Director. Calendar item number 12. Pursuant to Council Order 18-184, this is a communication from the City Auditor relative to Capital Improvement Stabilization Fund appropriations. Dated May 13th, 2018, to the Revere City Council President, dear Councilor Giannino. Please find attached appropriation request from the Capital Improvement Stabilization Fund for two items as follows. An appropriation of $100,000 for installation of lighting to Gibson Park. This appropriation will allow the city to install lights in the soon-to-be renovated Gibson Park. As you may know, the city was awarded $225,556 to improve the park, and this additional $100,000 will be added to the overall budget. The lighting will help to ensure safety and to allow for the park to be utilized at night. An appropriation of $25,000 for the replacement of the roof at the Revere Historical Society. The roof at the Historical Society is in need of replacement, and this appropriation will fund the cost of doing so. I will be in attendance for Monday's City Council meeting to answer any questions with regard to this matter. Best regards, Richard Viscay, City Auditor, Budget Director for the City of Revere. Calendar item number 13. Pursuant to Council Order 18-185, this is a communication from the Mayor relative to the appointment of A.R. Belai Incorporated as a licensed drain layer. Calendar item number 14. Pursuant to Council Order 18-186, this is a communication from the Mayor relative to the reappointment of LaMountain Brothers Incorporated as a licensed drain layer. Calendar item number 15. Pursuant to Council Order 18-187, this is a communication from the Director of Finance relative to the extension of contracts for AMR water metering system. Dated May 31st, 2018. Dear City Councilors, at this time I am requesting a 7-month extension for the following contracts that are related to the AMR water meter installation program. The contracts are as follows. CDM Smith for services during construction, DPCD-2013-105. Contract 1, water meter supply, MUN 2013-1021A, EJ Prescott Incorporated. Contract 2, AMI System, MUN-2013-1022, EJ Prescott Incorporated. Contract 3, water meter installation, MUN-2013-1023, Bay State Wind Supply Company. Contract 4, electrical services, DPCD-2016-1003, Brothers Electrical Company. Contract 5, curb stop, clean out, and leak detection install, MUN-2017-1001, Spencer Contraction Company. These contracts are necessary in order to complete the program. The major reasons for these extensions are the inability of the city to gain access into the properties to install the meters. I will be in attendance to answer any inquiries that your honorable body may have. Very truly yours, George M. Anzoni, Director of Finance for the City of Revere. Calendar item number 16, pursuant to Council Order 18-188. This is a communication from the Mayor relative to the reappointment of R. Sasso and Sons Construction as a licensed drain layer, dated May 31st, 2018. Dear Council members, Please be advised that in accordance with the provisions of Title 13, Chapter 13.08, Section 13.08.435 of the revised ordinances of the City of Revere, as most recently amended, I hereby request that R. Sasso and Sons Construction Incorporated of Revere, Massachusetts, be reappointed as a licensed drain layer. Please take careful notice that all drain layer licenses expire on April 1st annually, unless sooner revoked by the Mayor and the Council. Mr. Robert J. Sasso III has been advised that he will be contacted directly by the Appointment Subcommittee with a date and time to appear before them concerning this appointment. Regards, Brian M. Arrigo, Mayor of the City of Revere. Motions, calendar item number 17. Pursuant to Council Order 18-189, this is a motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the Mayor direct the Fire Chief to provide the City Council with a number of medical calls over a 2-year period, as well as the number of actual fires. Calendar item number 18, pursuant to Council Order 18-190. This is a motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the following offices be located at the new DPW facility: engineering, inspectional services, fire prevention, and a clerk's desk. It would ensure and improve streamlining of permits and maintaining of records. Calendar item number 19. Pursuant to Council Order 18-191, motion presented by Councilor Keefe, that the Mayor requests the Board of Health and Inspectional Services to address the City Council with a plan and explanation of the ongoing efforts to attack the current rodent issues throughout our city. Calendar item number 20. Pursuant to Council Order 18-192, motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the City of Revere take the following approaches to curb and quell the rodent problem. The city needs a 3-pronged approach based on science before the issue becomes out of control. I propose the following tactics. 1, the city purchase 2,000 bait boxes. 2, invest in placing box owls in areas of over-proliferation. Coolidge Street projects is one area. https://mobile.ny-times.com/989/03/10/ny region/give-and-owl-a-home-kill-a-rodent.html. 3, to utilize the science of sterilization techniques as performed in New York City. https://www.wire.com/2017/04/NYCS-NUIST-weapon-RATSTERIZATION/AMP. And 4, to work with neighboring cities to follow similar techniques, as rats do not recognize city boundaries. Calendar item number 21. Pursuant to Council Order 18-193, this is a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo, Council President Giannino, that a certificate of commendation be awarded to Donald Goodwin for his many years of dedicated service to the residents of the City of Revere in his capacity as Superintendent of Public Works and as a former elected official. Calendar item number 22. Pursuant to Council Order 18-194, this is a motion presented by Councilor Novoselsky that the Mayor request National Grid to have their contractor who replaced new gas pipes on North Shore Road in Ward 2 to immediately remove all of the equipment from Dana Street, Wolcott Road, and Curtis Road. The equipment is taking up parking for residents and not allowing street sweeping to occur. They are no longer working in our neighborhood. Calendar item number 23. Pursuant to Council Order 18-195, this is a motion presented by Councilor Novoselsky that the Mayor request National Grid to repair all concrete sidewalk squares on North Shore Road from Dana Street to the Revere Beach Parkway. Concrete sidewalks were replaced with asphalt when new connections were made. Calendar item number 24. Pursuant to Council Order 18-196, this is a motion presented by Councilor Novoselsky that the Mayor request National Grid to repave the intersection of Standish Road and Garfield Avenue, The new roadway was destroyed when National Grid installed new pipe. Calendar item number 25. Pursuant to Council Order 18-197, this is a motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna and Councilor Rizzo that the mayor seek funding for mold and air quality testing at the Senior Center on Winthrop Avenue. Recent rainstorms caused 3 inches of sewerage water to fill the basement, requiring professional cleanup. It is a concern of the employees and seniors utilizing the senior center that they are being exposed to poor air quality due to the overall condition of the building. Calendar item number 26. Pursuant to Council Order 18-198, this is a motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the mayor be requested to seek funding to perform an air quality test at City Hall. Council Order 17-429 was passed on December 11th, 2017, and this motion is the second request for such testing to be completed. Calendar item number 27, pursuant to Council Order 18-199. Motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the City Council award a certificate of commendation to Mr. Bob Rapucci of Capic for the outstanding community service he does for the city of Revere. Most recently, he was able to secure funding for a homeowner in Beachmont whose basement was destroyed by this winter's severe storms. Calendar item number 28, pursuant to Council Order 18-200, motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the City Council award a certificate of commendation to Ms. Joan Masillo, legislative aide to Speaker DeLeo, for the assistance she provides day in and day out to residents of the city of Revere by helping them resolve quality of life issues and getting folks in contact with the appropriate state agencies or local resources. Calendar item number 29. Pursuant to Council Order 18-201, this motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the mayor appear before the City Council to explain the scope of work regarding the audit, why it has not concluded, and was there any additional cost paid on top of the $72,000 approved by the City Council for the audit. Calendar item number 30, pursuant to Council Order 18-202. This is a motion presented by Councilor Keefe and Councilor Patch that the mayor request the appropriate agencies responsible for the Route 1 embankments to coordinate a cleanup along Route 1 abutting Revere. This has been requested with little action numerous times over the past year. And finally, calendar item number 31, pursuant to Council Order 18-203. This is a motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the mayor requests inspectional services to work with the owners of McMacken Field to see that the blighted property is cleaned up. The fence and old signage is in disrepair and the grass is overgrown. And this has been before the council. A reading of the Revere City Council agenda for the meeting of Monday, June 4th, 2018. I'm Rick Promise, and I'll see you at the council.